Hello YouTube, week 5. Sorry it's a little late, I've had family in town, and which is also why this video will be short, because my mom is on her way from the airport, so I'm super excited. Also I haven't even combed my hair today, so that's great. Anyways, alright, so I said that I would start from the beginning, which to me, the beginning is, me deciding to go to law school and then the decision becoming serious at some point. So, people always ask me like when I decided that I wanted to be a lawyer, and they never believe me when I tell them that I was like 3 years old when I told my mom that I wanted to be a lawyer. She doesn't know like where I heard the word or even if I knew what it meant, but I probably heard it on TV somewhere, and then so I'll show you a picture of 3-year-old Sean. Oh, there we go. Yeah, pretty cute, pretty cute. I had some really dirty pink shoes on. Anyways, so that's about the age I was when my mom heard that for the first time. And then years later, my mom was a court reporter. Sorry, there's something in front of the screen. My mom was a court reporter, not for the O.J. Simpson case, but she was like still learning how to do the whole court reporting thing, so they would have her practice in front of the TV when they were doing the O.J. Simpson case. So I just remember being a kid and like running around and seeing that and, asking my mom all those curious kid questions like, oh, who's that, who's that? And that was, another time when I had started to learn what lawyers were. And, maybe there was some part of me that was like, oh, lawyers are on TV. And it seemed glamorous, so who knows if that played into it or not. Okay, so fast forward some years. I've always been like an overachiever, and so that me wanting to be a lawyer didn't really have anything to do with like me getting good grades in high school and stuff, but certainly helped. If there happens to be anybody watching right now who's in high school, you're just going to set yourself up a lot better if you start now with good study habits and getting good grades, because that's what your undergraduate will look at when you're applying, and your law school will look at your undergraduate. So you want to go to the best one as possible. Anyways, so I did that in high school, and then I took a semester off of high school before I went, I took a semester off after high school before I went to college, and I had 2 jobs. I worked for a law office, but it was a family law office, so, and that just completely secured my, my belief that I do not want to go into family law. It was absolutely horrible. Oh, oops, someone just sent me a message. Anyways, it was absolutely horrible. Nobody there was in love anymore, because you're getting like divorce cases. Parents were just using their kids against each other. It was awful. I didn't like it at all. But it was great because it was a 40-hour-a-week job, and I made really good money, so I was able to, save for school. And then it always has looked good to have like a law office on my resume, It's not like I have to put on there that I hated it. And then I also had an internship with a record company, and I went that summer on Warped Tour, so it was Warped Tour 2005, and I just went for the California stops, excuse me, and it was amazing. I had so much fun. I can't even, I don't want to say that was like the prime of my life, because hopefully it's not over, but that was definitely a really good time. And that was the first time that I met an entertainment attorney. I had no idea that they even existed before then. So I was just, I was blown away, because I had started to think like maybe I don't want to be a lawyer, with my experiences at the family law office, and then only thinking lawyers were, I basically thought, you were either a criminal lawyer, which I didn't really know if I could handle, or you were a lawyer like the ones at the family law office. So when I saw this entertainment attorney, I was like, wow, I can combine my love of music and my desire to go to law school and actually like help these artists. Because I had a lot of friends who were in bands or who were photographers or artists or whatever, and I just saw that they were having trouble, getting copyrights or getting record deals or whatever. So that really interested me. Okay, so then I go to college, and obviously getting good grades in college is important and all that, but something to keep in mind is that law schools do not care what your major was in college. So don't bother doing pre-law or political science if those are things that don't interest you. My advice would be to do a major that is something you're interested in, because you're way more likely to get good grades if you're taking classes that interest you. So that's what I did. I did kind of like an interdisciplinary major where you got to kind of like choose your own focus. So I did like kind of like popular culture. I wrote my thesis on vampires, so that was really fun. And then, okay, so it wasn't until, okay, so we're going through college, and yes, I knew that I wanted to be a lawyer, but I wasn't really being super serious about it. Like, I wasn't being proactive, which is not like me, by the way, but to find out, like, due dates and stuff. And then yeah, right before my junior year ended, I started dating this guy who just messaged me, actually, who was also interested in being an entertainment attorney. That's how we connected the first time we met. And he was, I mean, on top of his shit. Like, he knew, you know, the date he was going to take the LSAT. He had already signed up for an LSAT course, all this stuff. So, I mean, I feel like it sounds pathetic to say that without him I wouldn't be here. And that's not necessarily true. But he certainly helped me stay motivated and to push me. And that happens when you have, like, two people, you know, going for the same thing. You push each other to succeed. So what was really nice was he took his LSAT course through, I think it was through the Princeton Review, and he really liked it. I think he had a good experience. I could not afford an LSAT course. I think he paid like $1,200, and I'm sorry, I can't afford that. But luckily, he gave me all of his materials after he was done using them. So I just went through and like erased all his answers and studied from that. And the reason it worked for me is because I'm like a self-motivated person anyways, and some people aren't. And that's okay. I mean, that's just your personality. You need somebody there to be like telling you to do things in order for you to do them. And if that's the case for you, then I would definitely recommend actually taking the course. But this worked for me. I always end up getting a text message. This worked for me, and I took the LSAT in no, it wasn't December. I took it in October of 2008. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I took it in October of 2008. Which was nerve-wracking because I think that was the last one you could take. Maybe it's changed now. I don't know. But, like, because you had to get your applications in, or did I take it in December? I don't remember. I'm sorry. This information might be incorrect. But anyways, it's towards the late end of the year is the last one that you can take before you have to, you know, turn in your applications. And so I was really nervous because I was like, you know, what if I don't do as well as I wanted to, and all that. So luckily I did. I found out my results in December 2008. I know that for sure. And I was very happy with my score. And that took a lot of weight off of my shoulders because I just, you know, started thinking worst case scenario, I'm going to have to, like, postpone my applications until next year. What am I going to do for a year? Anyways, so I'm going to stop there for now because the next part that I want to talk about is applications and personal statements and get into a little bit more detail about that. This was basically just a video to tell you, like, how I decided, you know, to start. And also in the next video, I'll probably talk about how I decided which schools to apply to, and, you know, any advice I might have regarding that, especially now I think that the new rankings were just released. So I'll also give you my point of view on that because I don't necessarily agree with all of them. But anyways, so I hope everyone is having a fabulous weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Hopefully I'm not late again. Okay, bye.